What's happening, party people? Man, ain't a cloud in the sky out here. San Jose, California. Whew! Weather is already almost too nice for this shirt I got on. I gotta go put me on a t-shirt. It got warm yesterday. Actually, I don't know if it broke 70, but it was warm to me. Had my t-shirt on. Thank goodness I was in the shade. Didn't have to suffer much. Yesterday I made a comment in my video about almost being run over by a couple of cars. Then I made the statement that numbers show, what I've read, that if you're a black man, you got an 82% better chance of being hit by a car than any other race or nationality. And you guys know I don't cry the victim. When I think about it, I started thinking I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim. I don't play that card. I started thinking about it and started thinking, man, I'm a survivor, but then I don't even classify myself as a survivor. I'm what they call I guess more than a conqueror. You know, that's the term that I think the Bible uses. When you overcome things, you know, I started to think I'm an overcomer. When you overcome things and you help other people overcome things, that makes you more than an overcomer. I believe that I try to help people overcome things, and especially things that I've overcome. You know, so when I'm faced with some challenge in life, I don't try to survive it. I don't really try to conquer it. I try to overcome it, not let it disturb my life much. And I hope the things that I share with you guys, hope that you become that kind of person as well. That you don't let challenges control your life. You move in your life and you overcome things, and you're in the position or in the maturity level that you try to help other people overcome things as well. So, you know, I don't try to cry the victim, but you know, when you look back over the last couple of years, this whole Black Lives Matter deal, that's what that's all about. You know, a police officer in general will think that they will have less of a consequences from shooting a black man than they will, say, a Caucasian woman. That's kind of why they do that. They believe that a black man should not resist their commands. How dare you? You're a black man. You do what I say, or I'll put a bullet in the back of your head. It happened in Grand Rapids a few days ago. A guy gets pulled over because the license plate don't match the car, and it ends up being a death sentence for him. He gets shot in the back of the head. So an officer is supposed to be able to get me out of my car, make me stay in it, tase me because I'm walking away from him, and then when I don't want to let him tase me, he gets to wrestle me to the ground and shoot me in the back of the head. Not valuing the life of this guy that simply was driving somebody's car that had a bad plate on it. I don't get it. You know. Anyway, so I got a couple of private messages. I got a couple of statements of racism. You guys know that I'm not a racist person. I try to help anybody and everybody. I generally love anybody and everybody, even people that are offensive. You know, people are offensive to me because that's just the way they are. They're raised to be, in some cases, ignorant about certain things. They do things that's offensive to me. I don't even let it bother me. I just keep moving. So anyway, just wanted to touch on that. Now, I was poking around today, and I've always told people that I don't know why you're concerned about the mileage on a 20-year-old car, 25-year-old car, 30-year car that you're looking at buying, because the mileage doesn't matter. It matters how well that car has been maintained, or what the current repair status of that vehicle is. Man, I just picked up this car, new to me, about 110,000 miles, something like that. Way out of control. The maintenance and repairs needed. This thing is so beat down, there's one key scratch away from being totaled. I'm doing timing belts, suspension parts, interiors trashed out. I'm replacing stuff in the interior. Panther is in much better shape than this car. If you took this car and Panther 6 months ago and did everything you could to make both of them like new, you'd spend less money on Panther with 500,000 miles. You spend 10 times as much on this car that had about 110,000 miles. So, age matters on these cars. I actually pulled up some values today. I don't know why. I just decided to check. In NADA Guides. NADA Guides uses registration information to get values. And we all know people fudge on older car registration values. They don't want to put down that they pay $8,000 for that car and pay $8,000 worth of taxes. They want to put down that they paid $2,000 for it and pay the taxes on $2,000. So those numbers are fudged low on these super old cars. I did notice that now on NADA Guides, they don't even ask you for mileage. If the car is 20 years old or older, they say mileage don't matter. It's all about the condition, so people always call me and send me messages talking about mileage. Man, I care nothing about the mileage of a 20, 25-year-old car. That really doesn't matter. So if you see an old car you want to buy, look at the condition of it, look at the buyer's guides, look to see what needs to be fixed, what has been recently fixed or improved on or repaired, and go from there. I'm not even excited about all these service records people have. I got a car from my mom one time, $10,000 worth of receipts. This car I just bought, 2 folders full of receipts and documentation. I won't even look through it, because it don't matter. When all the shocks are blown out, the suspension is busted and worn out, the interior is trashed out and it needs a paint job, what in the world any of that paper mean to me? You know what I call those service records? Abrasive toilet paper. That stuff ain't worth nothing. If you gotta redo everything in the car, service the engine, tune-ups, timing belts, oil seals, suspension parts worn out, putting CV axles in it, and wheel bearings and tires and paints. What good is all of those service records? That told me that somebody took the car somewhere. It don't mean that they maintained it recently. A car is only as good as a new car warranty. If you go buy a new car right now, most of these warranties are 3 years, 50,000 miles. So every 3 years or 50,000 miles, you might have to rebuild that entire car, because nobody is warrantying cars for 10 years anymore. Now, there are certain parts on some of these cars I've seen have a lifetime warranty, but that lifetime warranty is for the original owner. And they know somebody that can go in and pay $70,000 for a new car is not going to have that car 5-10 years from now, because they buying a new car every 4 to 5 years. A lot of people I know, they don't keep cars longer than 3-4 years. Most people don't keep cars more than 3 or 4 years. So even parts warranties that you purchase, they're designed to get you 3 years, not 5 or 7 or 8. You guys like me holding on to cars for 4 and 5 and 7 years, y'all weird. Just the way it is. Those people that give you lifetime warranties, they just want to make you feel good about buying their part that will likely last 3-4 years. They're not designed to last 10 years. They just not. So buy your part, use it till it breaks, get another one, put that on, use it till it breaks. Hopefully you'll be fine with that. As you guys seen in that video I think I posted yesterday, I had some scenic driving view out my dash cam. I was driving up the Pacific Highway 1. It had some ocean view off to the left side of the driver's side of the car. You may not have been able to tell that. Nice sunny road. Then I turned and went into the redwood forest out here in California. Super big trees. You could actually slow that video down to 25% speed, and that is the actual speed that I was driving. Let me guys know what y'all thought about that. Should I do that occasionally here and there when I do nice scenic drives, or just leave it out? You know, I was just wondering what you guys thought and felt about that. I also mentioned yesterday that I was having difficulties disposing of certain fluids. Now, it's easy to get rid of oil products, transmission oil, engine oil, stuff like that. But it is difficult to get rid of fuels, contaminated fuels, engine coolant, and brake fluid. Nobody wants that stuff. Occasionally, if you want to get rid of it, you can take that stuff to a salvage yard. They sometimes accept that stuff from you. Also, some of the auto repair facilities usually like your chains. I got rid of my stuff at a place called Monroe, kind of like a precision tune place. They also used to do it at Pep Boys, used to take that stuff from me. But my main point was, if they don't want us disposing of this stuff around our property, they should make it easier for us to dispose of it. Not make a once a month certain day thing, or have to drive 40 miles to get rid of it. It should be something that we could do in our own neighborhoods or communities, a designated place for us to easily dispose of this stuff. That's my whole point. One of my goals in life is to learn something new every day. Yesterday I learned that there are people that watch YouTube that think that if they subscribe to a channel, it'll cost them something. Huh? Subscribing to a channel doesn't cost a thing. What subscribing to a channel does is allows you to find that channel easy. So if you open up your YouTube app, you can go to your library. It's a link on the bottom of the page, or your subscriptions, and find the people that you subscribe to quicker, so that you can see the new content that they post, or search their old content. If you are not logged in to your YouTube account, you probably can't subscribe to somebody's channel. Also, you can subscribe to somebody's channel and click the notification link, and I believe you will be emailed a notification every time they post a new video. People like me that post videos every day, that may be annoying, but people that post videos occasionally, once a week, once every 2 weeks, stuff like that, you may want that notification so that you can go see the new stuff that they post, the new content that they publish. So you will have to subscribe if you want to be able to find these channels easier. You can get notifications, and it doesn't cost you a thing, just in case you didn't know. But you usually have to be logged in to your YouTube account to do any of those things. Hope you guys learned something new as well. Today's video clips has some of the time I spent with Dan. Dan is a dog guy, man. He loves dogs. You guys have heard of cat ladies? Well, Dan's a dog man. Dogs and Volvos, that's his thing, man. Dan is so good with training and dealing with dogs that he's got dogs training dogs. I'm sitting there watching this. I'm out at the property. Dogs are moving around. Some dogs are training other dogs on what they should and should not be doing. Man, that's amazing. You know, Uncle Joe had a problem with one of his German Shepherds. I think his name was Sergeant. Dan can fix that dog. Dan is a master at helping people get their dogs under control, especially if they have behavioral problems and even if they have problems with aggression. Amazing guy. I'm going to put a link to his website here so you guys can go check him out. People ship their dogs to him. They take them to him. He's probably adopted a few of these troubled animals. And, man, he knows how to get them right, if at all possible. And if it's not good for that dog to be turned over to a family or back in a situation where it would be in the public, he'd probably keep the dog. You know, he's amazing. But I don't know if he's ever met a dog he couldn't fix. He's had people that couldn't even get close to dogs, and he'd go take the dog and take it to his property and adjust the dog's behavior so that the dog can be placed in homes. You know? So, hey, a lot of you guys look at me as a Volvo guy, a Volvo legend, some people say. This guy is a legend when it comes to dealing with dogs. I actually think that he was approached to share his skills through television, but the guy loves dogs too much to do that. You know, probably be a pretty well-off guy and help with that kind of stuff, but he likes dogs too much. You know, he don't want to be taken away from his home and spend that much time away from his home and not be able to have the animals that he has. The guy's probably got 30 dogs, all shapes and sizes. And the boss of all boss of those dogs' name is Dexter. I don't know if he knows that TV series that I think Showtime did and Netflix is running for a while. But Dexter, man, he was a mess. And I watched this little dog running, chasing these big old dogs all around the yard. You know, it's quite funny. But hope you guys enjoyed today's clips. And if you know anybody that needs help with dogs, he can even do telephone consults on helping people understand or know what they need to do to fix the behavior problems of their dogs. So check him out. Give him a call, a text, an email, whatever it is. I think you email him, set an appointment, and then he calls you and gives you a consult on what to do to get that dog under control. And if all else fails and you love your pet, ship it out there to him. He'll get that dog right and get it back in your hands and in your home so that you can enjoy your pet. So that's all I got for this morning. I appreciate everybody's support and prayers, and especially those in Patreon and sending donations through PayPal. I really appreciate it. And I'm still out here in sunny California. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to run this 01C70 convertible top down and then back up so we can see what it's doing or not doing. Alright, back opens up. Rear part of the car opens up. The front of it's starting to open up. It's coming down. Folds down in the back. Back come down. Ooh, that doesn't look good or sound good. Man, that's having a hard time. Okay, so the roof didn't go all the way back down into the rear part.
Right.
So this part is pressing on the roof. The roof didn't go down far enough. It didn't go down back in the car. Okay, so go ahead and close it back. See what happens when we try to close it back. Alright, that's coming up. Now the roof should start coming up to close. goes up to the front. Now the back's coming down. The front is latching. The back goes all the way down. Now the glass goes down. Are you still holding it?
Yep.
And it stops there.
And guns are supposed to come out.
Okay, so the guns didn't come out. And this is up, man, about 3/4 of an inch. And this will hand crank down. The problem is, because that's not latched all the way, your trunk release doesn't work. Hit your trunk release in the door. Oh, it worked this time. It's down far enough for it to work this time. So we could put the crank in that hole, crank that down the rest of the way. Now the roof on this one, it goes up and down, but it doesn't go all the way down, so we got to crank it down from the inside. And radio's off, so we're resetting the code on it. And the seats won't move forward, fold forward with the mechanism on the side. So that's been detached or damaged somehow. 06 V70R was chirping when it went into different gears, and we found both CV axles not torqued properly. So got that torqued. 05 V70R, and it wasn't starting for you lately?
Last time it wasn't. But the tranny seems to be in like third gear or something.
It starts out with no torque, or it starts out normal and then it gets up to third, then it won't shift to fourth?
I think it's third all the time. I can't remember.
Okay. It won't manual shift either? It's in some kind of limp mode.
I can't remember if I tried that or not. That's why I need you here.
Puppy dogs. Groomer stood us up. Didn't show up to groom the dogs. Starts up and dies.
I remember it was hard starting until it got warmer.
Oh, really? Doesn't sound like it's starting too good. I think it's not getting enough gas. Maybe because of the way it's leaning. Maybe out of gas. Gas gauge barely moving. Has this O2 here. Cross country. We need to find a home for. Collecting dust because all the other cars are running great. It has new all-season tires on it. I don't know if they're winter tires or what. They look like Yokohamas. GEO Lander. Land ARAT. G015. He's got a Titan wheel here for some reason. Only one I see so far. With a P6000 Pirelli tire on it. 215 45 17, boy. We're going to scan this thing with Vita, see what we come up with. Then I think there's a possibility, because of the way it's angled and sitting, it could be running out of gas. Because it's on this kind of hill, you know?
Contrast, focus.
Yeah, the contrast on this software is horrible. Alright, so we got those three items there. This is on this 2005 gray V70R. We are officially back to code. Ready to fire this stereo up. This is the one that was giving them trouble and you had to go get it?
He came from Las Vegas.
Uh-huh. Got a little company today. Checking me out. Making sure I get to where I'm going safely. So how old's the Great Dane?
She's 3.5.
Okay.
And Corey's 1.5.
1.5.
And this guy's about 4.
So you're gonna have a few of these for a little while, huh?
I hope so. He's a year and a half old. The Doberman's 6 months old.
Mm-hmm. There it is, folks. We got the sunroof out of this one and the hole plugged. And there's Dexter, serial killer. And the sunroof is in that one. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.